Namaste. Hey, this is Trevor7 with a long overdue geokinesis video. And I kind of put this off for a while because A, newsflash from Captain Obvious, rocks are heavy. I kind of like my targets to move. And B, I couldn't really tell any difference between geokinesis and telekinesis until I invested a few weeks here messing around with moving stones, and I did find some unique qualities, so thought I would put a demonstration / tutorial video together for you. And I'm going to play this first clip here in its entirety with the audio. Of course, I'm jabbering over the top of it, but just one full clip here. And the piece I'm moving is shungite. And if you're not familiar with shungite, it's a pretty rare rock. It comes from a village in Russia. Shunga, I believe, is the name of the village. And it has some really unique properties, primarily known for its healing and purifying qualities. But it also seems to have a really unique magnetic type energy. So I started with this little small piece, and here's the first move. Ta-da! And you think that target was hard to see, you should have seen the tiny pebbles I started out working with. And real quickly, just to avoid a bunch of inquiries, I'm going to attempt to identify these stones you see on the table, keeping in mind I'm not a mineralogist, so this is my best guess.
So front and center there is a piece of petrified wood, and I think that white one is gypsum, and the black one is obsidian, which is like volcanic glass, and the one behind that is a quartz crystal, and then on the right, quartz crystal, granite, rose quartz, not sure, and rose quartz.
Okay, so I wish I could more eloquently describe the nuances between geokinesis and telekinesis, but they are very similar, and that is my advice to everyone. Start with telekinesis. TK is our teacher. You can see what you're doing, and you learn your basic push, pull, and turn and stuff, and they'll apply to all elements. So that's my first tip. And my second tip would be grounding and surrounding. If possible, do this outdoors, take your shoes off, get your feet in the soil, and really get in tune with that earth energy. Because this is a real sort of passive imagination type approach, more so than a forceful and thoughtful, energetic, chi approach. It's really about getting in tune with the earth energy. And when I started this, it was nice and warm, and then it turned off to be 20 degrees with snow on the ground. So when I was forced indoors, it became a lot more difficult. So I surrounded myself with all these stones and really saw some improvements. And pulling is my strong suit, but I always try to force myself to do a few pushes, and which brings me to my next form of advice. Set up an environment made for success. I set these stones so they're just barely balanced on something where the least little nudge will make a move. And that's the key. You don't want to sit there and stare at rocks. I could show you a 2-hour video of dude who stares at rocks video that would put anyone to sleep. So you always want to, if it's not working, don't force it, and you always want to set up your environment for success. So I guess that's tip number 3. Start small and make it easy. And here's a piece of pyrite, aka fool's gold, which was very responsive. I really enjoyed working with that one. And last but not least, I would advise you try a variety of targets. Yes, you want to choose a stone that resonates with you or that you feel attracted to in some way, but sometimes stones that you don't feel attracted to turn out to be very responsive. For example, that pyrite, yeah, it looks cool, and you can make a spark if you strike it on metal, but I didn't really feel energetically drawn to pyrite, and it turned out to be one of the most responsive targets. It took me very little time to bond with it, and it moved quite easily. So don't make the mistake of convincing yourself, oh, I just feel so attracted to this stone that it's the only one you can move. Don't be afraid. Try a variety of targets. Okay, as always, I'm going to try to keep this short, sweet, and to the point. So just to recap, learn telekinesis first, work outdoors or surround yourself with earthly elements. Start small and keep it simple, and don't be afraid to try a variety of targets. Alright, hope this was helpful, and I really appreciate you guys watching. This is Trevor7. Good day, God bless, and namaste.